A warm welcome to all the viewers. In today's session of Tourism and Hospitality Research, I'm going to discuss about how to find out the differences in correlation on two variables between two groups. That means these two groups are divided on the basis of category. It's a categorical variable which might be having two groups in it. For example, gender. So a gender, which is a categorical variable, has two groups, male and female. So we often assess correlation between two variables in SPSS, but the results which we get, if we want to find out that whether there is a significant difference between these two groups, that is male and female in our example, on the correlation which we analyzed on two variables, so it's a bivariate correlation, then how to assess the significance of difference between them, whether there is a difference or there is no such difference. So I'll show you the practical, how it has to be executed, and we will be using SPSS and the online Daniel Soper calculator as well for this purpose. So stay tuned, keep watching. Correlation tells the strength and direction of relationship between two variables. Correlation coefficient denoted by R ranges from -1 to +1. Positive correlation means as one variable increases, the other also increases. Negative correlation means as one increases, the other will decrease. And if there is no correlation, then the value of R is 0. These are some of the thresholds recommended by the researchers to assess the strength of correlation. From 0 to zero point 0.1, it's very weak. From zero point 0.1 to zero point 0.3, it's weak. Zero point 0.3 to zero point 0.5, it's considered moderate. 0.5 to zero point 0.7 is strong, and zero point 0.7 to 1 is very strong correlation. So whenever we are trying to assess multicollinearity, you might recall that we say if the correlation between the variables is more than zero point 0.7, then we say there is an issue of multicollinearity which we need to resolve. You might like to go back to my videos on how to assess multicollinearity and solve the issue to the playlist. How we can do this? So I've mentioned simple steps for you to follow in order to do bivariate correlation analysis by splitting the groups. That is, we are trying to split the categorical variable gender in our data, which has two categories, male and female, through this function of data, split file, compare groups, and then sort file by grouping variable. This will be our first step in SPSS. The second step will be analyze, correlate, bivariate, and select the desired variables for the analysis. Choose the desired correlation coefficient, Pearson or Spearman. Spearman is generally used when the data is measured on ordinal level and exhibits non-normality. Then click OK to generate the output. Now, when we get the output, whether the difference between the two groups is significant or insignificant, we can find out easily through Daniel Soper online calculator, for which the address I have mentioned over here. You can simply copy this and paste it in your browser to go to Daniel Soper calculator. If the significance value, if the p value given by Daniel Soper calculator is more than 0.05, then the difference between the groups is insignificant. In case it is lesser than 0.05, then the difference is significant. These are some of the useful resources which I would recommend you to go and study. Now we will go to SPSS and check it out how it is actually done. So here we are in our data sheet. Gender is a categorical variable where 1 denotes male and 2 denotes female. We have a data of 204 respondents over here, a total of 204 respondents. Let me sort it according to the case so that you can see it. Sort ascending. So now you'll be able to see all the case IDs arranged in ascending order. So how many cases are there? 204 cases. And we are trying to assess the correlation between two variables, that is food quality. We have already taken out the mean of food quality because it was measured through 4 indicators. Each indicator measured on a Likert 5-point scale where 1 stands for strongly disagree, 3 for neutral, and 5 for strongly agree. So this is the arithmetic mean which we have computed. And we want to find out the correlation which exhibits between food quality and the behavioral intention BI. So these are our two variables which we will be analyzing for this example. So let us start. The first step is you go to data, split file, and then compare groups by gender. I shift gender, groups based on gender, sort the file by grouping variables. You have to tick on here and click OK. Now SPSS will give you a message that split file layered by gender. So it's on, the function is on. Now whatever analysis you'll be doing, SPSS will automatically give you results for both the categories in gender. Separate results for both the categories in gender. That's how you use the split file function in SPSS. Now I'll again go back to this thing and analyze, correlate, bivariate, and here I'll select my variables, that is food quality mean and mean of behavioral intention. So food quality and behavioral intention I've already selected, and let me show you how I selected them. I'll shift them back. This is how I shift them back, and now I'll take FQ mean and mean of BI. So these are my two variables. And I'm assessing the correlation coefficient, which is the Pearson correlation coefficient. Test of significance is two-tailed in case you are not sure about the direction of correlation. Flag significant correlations. And now I click on OK. So now you get the correlation results in this tabular form, male and female, for both the categories of gender because we split it the file. In case of male, food quality and behavioral intention, there's a correlation coefficient of 0.345 between them. And for female, the correlation coefficient is 0.388. The number of respondents in male category is 105. The number of respondents in female category is 99. So this is the information which we require. According to this table, it says that correlation is significant at the 0.01 level. That means there is a significant correlation between food quality and behavioral intention for males, and there is also a significant correlation between food quality and behavioral intention for the females as well. But the question here is whether there is a significant difference between males and females on the correlation which they exhibit upon the two variables. For that purpose, we need to go to Daniel Soper calculator and find it out. So I'll go to my browser and I'll paste the address of Daniel Soper calculator. So I go to the site and you see here, calculator, significance of the difference between two correlations. This calculator will determine whether two correlation coefficients are significantly different from each other, given the two correlation coefficients and their associated sample size. So we need two information. One is sample size and other is the correlation coefficient, which we have already gotten through SPSS. Values returned from the calculator include the probability value and the z-score for the significance test. A probability value of less than 0.05 indicates that the two correlation coefficients are significantly different from each other. Now it asks for, please enter the necessary parameter values and then click calculate. So we are going to see correlation coefficient for one, the first variable, first category, which was male. What is it? For males, it's 0.345. For females, it's 0.388. So we'll enter these values 0.345 and 0.388. Now, what's the sample size for males and what is the sample size for female? So N for males is 105, N for females is 99. 105 and 99. So 105 and 99. I press calculate to get the results and I got them. You see here the Z score minus 0.3494. In case it was significant, the Z score would be lesser than minus 1.96 or more than plus 1.96. Probability is 0.726. So it's greater than 0.05. That means there is no significant difference between the two categories, that is male and female, on the correlation which they exhibit between food quality and behavioral intention. I hope the video was quite interesting and useful for you, and you will definitely share it with your friends and faculty colleagues. Thanks for watching. Keep learning and keep watching for more.